Okay, it says go live. Excuse me, and we are live. And happy Mother's Day to all of you. And Christy said it best this morning, whether you are a mother to a child or to a fur baby. Um, Happy Mother's Day. It still applies because they do crawl in your heart and become family, don't they? Okay. Uh, Good afternoon. Welcome to Miss C's Cottage. I am Miss C. This is the home of the Somebunny. Um, I am what I am, and that's all that I am. And I'm coming on a little late this morning because of chaos on the home front, but all is well. And I want to be sure and make sure that all of you feel warm and snuggly and loved today. It's a very happy day for some, and it can be a very sad day for others. And I want to be sure that whether you come to the cottage today in a good mood or you come in a melancholy mood, that when you leave this cottage that you will be filled with God's love and mine. Um, so in order for that to happen, you need to take your shoes off at the door and leave them on the mat. Dump all of the ugly illness, worries, concerns, cares, um, untoward things out of your bucket. Dump it in the barrel outside. Mr. Elmo's put a new barrel outside. He's got a bin in here for paper and a bin outside for negative thoughts and negative things. So dump your bucket in there and come in with an empty bucket ready to be filled up with love so that you can take your bucket full of love and give dipperfuls of love to all of those that you meet this week. And we do this every Sunday. Every Sunday we do this. All right. Today being Mother's Day, um, my mother is gone. She's been gone for several years, but there's still times when I want to rush to the phone and tell her something. And of course, she's not going to answer. So I call my older sister and we pretend each other our mother. silly, silly things you do when you have to. You improvise, and it's okay because we laugh. And she lives by herself, so she really needs someone to call and laugh with her every once in a while. Um, Today is a day filled with a lot of emotions for me. Um, I am the mother to one son and three stepchildren, and all of whom I love dearly, and pretty much all the same. Uh, when I took on the role of mother, you know who I am. You guys know me. I love all of you, and I've adopted many of you, and you know that too. You guys are stuck with me. I'm either mother or aunt or grandma or sister or cousin or something to each and every one of you that comes into my chat, and I'm that makes me happy. That makes me happy because they say if you can't be with the ones you love the ones you're with. That's a oldie, oldie, oldie. Yes, Janet, I am taking the snow people up to John Ward, and I'm going to meet with him. I think tentatively we are meeting on Friday morning at the Tennessee-Kentucky border, so that will be a good thing. He knows that area. He knows it well. He knows who needs hope, and I really feel certain that he is the one that God sent me to to make sure that those some bunnies and some buddies of hope and love get to the correct families. So I'm good about that. Oh, Cherry, happy Mother's Day to you and your mom. Bonnie, you are stuck with me. My Bonnie girl. Love that girl. All right. What are we doing this week? We're still working on the giraffe. And I've started a new blanket and I don't really like it and I don't know what to do with it. So, of course, I come to you and I say, help, help. What am I going to do with this thing? And you always give me very good advice. I just pulled some stitches out, so let me get them back to show you what I have actually completed. I still have this cloggy throat thing. I don't know. You know, I'm on the CPAP machine now, and I wake up every morning with a very dry back of the throat. My palate at the top of my mouth and the back is very dry. So um, I have my biotine, and when Mr. Elmo went out, oh, I guess it's maybe a week or two ago now, he brought home some biotine mouthwash, which I didn't know was out there. So he bought that for me. Yes, please like and subscribe and give me your thumb. And I guess that's the two things. Don't forget to like with the thumb. Leave me some epithelials. And if you're not subscribed, you can subscribe. And I just found a new button on this darn thing, and it's called the share button. And you can share my channel with someone else that may or may not have seen it before. So if you know someone who is um, a bunny lover or a buddy lover, you can share my channel with them and give them the opportunity to stop by the cottage, see if they get any love out of it. And I really don't care what my number is. I don't even know what my number is, and it doesn't show me on this. I don't care what my number is. I'm never going to be monetized, so it doesn't really matter if I get the magic number or not. But what I care about is that people that are out there who need love and aren't getting it from other channels, you need to share my channel with them so that they can come into the cottage and fill their buckets up. That's my goal. That's my goal. I have so much love here, and I get so much love from each and every one of you every week that I have to share it. Okay, so here's the new blanket, and it's really not a new blanket. It's a new start for me. Just what I need is another blanket, right? This is called the Modern Granny, I think, and I am making this with Premier's Dottie yarn. I don't particularly like this color because it's white. Actually, it's not white. It's kind of creamy, kind of a creamy white, but it has yellow and a peachy orange in it, and it has a hot pink in it, and then it has this outrageous neon orange. Look at that. Are you able to? I don't know if you can see that or not. If I back it up, there you can see that neon orange. This light, these lights have burnt out, and this is an LCD PDQRS TUV light, and it's really, really bright. And I don't know whether, let's see if I don't want to mess in here too much, because you know what happens when I start messing in here. I usually wind up disconnecting something. All right. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. Terry, hello. And Rosie. It is really pretty colors, but You know, these are not my colors. There, that's better. Kind of doing away with the light. There's the yellow, and there is that orangey color, a peachy orangey color. And then there's the hot pink, and there is the neon orange. We've got them all. So I started out with a, a, a rust colored, because this is a 2-row repeat, and you do your granny, your 4 double crochets and a chain 3 in between. And then the next step is to do this background color, where you do a single crochet, chain 3, a single crochet in the corner, chain 3, single crochet back in that same corner, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet back in that corner, and you do that all the way around. And then you do your next row of your main color, and then you do the same thing on the which would be the 1, 2, 3, on the 4th row. You do the same thing. You single crochet in the corner, chain 3, single crochet in the corner, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet in the corner, chain 3, and single crochet back in that same corner. And so it's just kind of a background color. And because the yarn started with flecks of yellow in it, I started with this orangey color, and it was too bright. I didn't like it, so I pulled it out and I went to this yellow. And I don't like it necessarily either, but I decided to keep going to see what it was going to look like. And so I've gone yellow all the way out to here. And you can see right here where I've changed to the rust colored to pull the peachy orange out. So I've done 2 rounds of it so far. And I'm probably going to do, let's see, how many did I do here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll probably do 6 rows of this because it's darker. And it will, you know, in your crocheting that darker colors show up as more than what a lighter color does. You can put less darker colors in and it still looks like it's even to the lighter colors. Same with quilting. If you're going to use a dark fabric, you use a very small amount because it just stands out so vividly. So I'm probably do 5 or 6 rows of this, and then I will go to a shade more like this, the hot pink, and do 5 or 6 rows of hot pink. And then I am going to have to break down and find a neon orange, which I'm not into neon colors, but I'm going to give it a try because I showed Christy this morning on Crochet Creations by Christy, and she said the new generation really likes those outside the box colors and vivid colors. And in my estimation, because I'm very conventional, traditional, old-fashioned, this is chaos to me. But the kids like chaos, so we're gonna give it a try. All right, so that's what I've been working on, getting things ready to go up north. I have the snow people that Jeanette Egan has made. She made this one for me especially, and I love this little guy. His hat falls off all the time, but that's okay. He's in Florida, so he gets warm, so his hat can come off. Here he is. And I've got papers printed out, slips of paper printed out that say, this is a Somebunny made with love for you, so that you will know that somebody loves you. And then, that they will listen to all your joys and your sorrows, and your secrets, but they don't have a mouth, so they never will share. And it's given to you in love, so that you will know that somebody loves you. And I've put one of the snow people in a gallon Ziploc bag with that slip and stick it in the box to give to John Ward, so he can take out 5 that he knows will go to 5 people at this particular place. He can take out 10 or 15 or whatever he needs out of the box to give to those people, to give them hope and let them know that they're not forgotten, that somebody loves them unconditionally. So that's been my week, getting things together for my sisters. I know I've told you before, my sisters are 4 and 7 years older than me, and the one that's 4 years older has 6 stepchildren, and each of those children have children, and now those grandchildren, are having great grandchildren. So I have, in doing Boggy Creek blankets, some of them that I like just don't match the size. And I thought, what am I going to do with those? I can give those to a different charity. And then when my sister said, everybody's having babies up here, it's spring. So I wrote down all of her great-grandchildren, all of her grandchildren, and the great-grandchildren's sex that they are having or have had. And I pulled blankets out of that group that I'm going to give to each one of them as Great Aunt Diana, for what it's worth. And so I've been getting things ready to go to that family, my sister, and she loves chickens. So I'm saying a lot of ums today, aren't I? She loves chickens, so I have a bone pillow from Dory Did It, my Dipsy Dory Doodles. I got a bone pillow from her. I had several bone pillows from her, and one of them has chickens all over it. So I'm going to take that up to my chicken-loving sister and give that to her. So I'm kind of excited about that. We're going to leave this coming Thursday. We'll be on the road Thursday night and Friday, and should get into my sister's sometime Friday afternoon, evening. But we're going to meet with John Ward in the morning, that Friday morning. Could be you, Niecy. Good, Leanie. That sounds fine. I'm not mailing anything for a while. I know some of you, especially Sam, has been waiting for a very important package from me that I bartered with her, and I have not gotten to it to send it out. I've been lots of things have happened in the last couple months, but when I get back, I'm clearing off my mailing table. I'm clearing it off. So whether you're in Canada or Australia or the US of A, you will get your stuff. Sassy Mary, Kim. Oh, Kim, I was going to show you something, and now I've forgotten what it is, of course. I wanted to be sure and tell you something today. It'll come back if I don't ponder on it too long. Didn't make it to the post office. Not to worry about it. Not to worry. Mr. Elmo is put in, or I think is putting in tomorrow, a hold on all of the mail to the home. So whenever you send it, I will be back on my calendar right here. We're leaving on the 15th, and we should get to my sister's by the 16th. I think I told you this. We'll rest up over the weekend and then visit for 2 or 3 days and probably start for home on the 22nd and should be home the 23rd or 4th, depending. We'll be home that following weekend. So I will be home for sure all week, the last week of May. I may or may not come on, and Sam may just have to do a couple more shows for me if she's willing. Margaret, hello, love. How are you doing? I have missed seeing you lots of places. Well, I won't say lots, but I do go to several places that I know you frequent on the YouTube streets, and I've not seen you. And so I'm overjoyed today to see you and to be able to wish you a happy Mother's Day, sweetheart. I'm glad that you popped in, because just to see your smiling face peek around the doorstop, it adds to my day, love. It adds to my day. And Tammy, I'm not going to move the camera, because you know what happens when I touch things and move things. But the rust color that I am putting on this blanket for the next several rows is coming out of the window of this lovely little, can I get it in here? Yes, I can. It's coming out of this lovely little mushroom. You can see if I open the shutter, it's coming out the window. I love this thing. It holds the whole skein of yarn, and this is one of those donuts of yarn, and it had this wrapped around it, but did not hold it. And so it's all over the place on the outside. So I've kind of scrunched it in there as best I can. And it just fits in this little mushroom. This mushroom, I love this thing. And that comes down and holds everything in there except for the yarn that's coming out of the window. Is that adorable? You too can have one of these if you go to Tammy's website, and she makes them, and they're quite lovely. And I love it. All right, that's that. Thank you, baby girl. Our Catherine has brought some bonbons, chocolate bonbons, and they're in the freezer with the water. And there's some pecan candies on the serving table. So get yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or cold water, whatever you want. Leave your shoes at the door and empty your slop. I'll call it a slop bucket, because we put all our garbage in there, right? Empty your slop bucket in the bin outside. Come on in, sit back, and fill it up with love. And fill your bucket up with love and just soak it up today. Just soak it up. Bonnie, Mimi does. Mimi made that one. It was on her website, and I bought it. Hello, Carrie Ryan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Don P is here. Woohoo! Oh my gosh. Cheesecake with fresh berries and homemade whipping cream. You know, there's nothing better than getting some heavy cream at the grocery store and whipping it up yourself with a little bit of sugar in it. But what I like to do is to put sugar in my bullet and make it like really super fine, because it absorbs quicker and easier. Cousin! Hello, Cousin D. Her channel name is Mimi Loves Crochet, I think. This is my Tammy girl. Sandra Carlston! Sandra, I love your scandalous cardigan that Jax is making. It is so beautiful. And the part that I love the best, besides the ease of making, is those sleeves. Did you see how long those sleeves were? Enough to fold back almost up to your elbows. That is awesome. All right, Tammy, didn't you make this? Mimi, come in, Mimi. Come in, Mimi. It was not Mimi? Okay, who was it? You know, Sandra, it looks so simple, and when she explained it, she's going to do a tutorial on it, and I think I'm going to make one because I just love it. I love the sleeves on it, and also it's an up and down stripe, which we all need those up and down stripes. And the third amazing feature, besides the sleeves and the stripes, is the back. And I'm thinking you can make the sleeves in the front, and then whatever size granny squares you need to make for your back and bottom, you can make. You can do a 5 and a 6 and a 7 and an 8 and a 9 if you need to. You know, I Oh, was it Elizabeth? It might have been Elizabeth. Oh, well, shall I do a panda move? There's this, and then there's that. So you know darn well I'm going to need some 9-inch squares down at the hem of my scandalous cardigan. Well, my Nino taught me how to dance. Let's see the booty. But really, that usually is our widest part. I have um, fairly wide shoulders, and I'm round shouldered too. So my waist is kind of catching up to everything else, but it's the part you sit on that usually is the widest part of most female figures. If you look back over the centuries, back to the 1600s and the 1500s, when they're painting the women, they're always full figured women. You don't see any Twiggies as alluring, sexual, promiscuous. Now, well, maybe promiscuous isn't the right word, but sensual is the word I was looking for. More sensual. The nude figures that they painted, they're all full figured women, and that was the desired um, type for men then. And a lot of men nowadays still prefer a full figured woman over a toothpick. So um, instead of cursing our backsides, um, we should be glad that we have them. It may be your most alluring part. You never know. Of course, there are men out there that are leg men. There are breast men. There are bottom men. Um, uh, there are men who just look at your eyes and fall in love with you. It's just, I would imagine for every good trait you have, there's a fellow out there that appreciates that. Mia, you got to see the booty dance. Wide back and tight end. Oh, Kitty. Okay, let's move right along from that, okay? Excuse me. Hold on a second. I got water and a brand new straw. Kim, I remembered what it was, but now I have to remember the song. It's a song, and I can sing the song the whole way through. But now I just need to remember the song, now that I remember what it was. Beth's Etsy shop is called B.I.J. Makes. Okay. Angela Wright, welcome, welcome, welcome. I think I've said hello to everyone. And there's Len. Hello, Len. Thank you for your contribution. I don't think I thanked you before, but thank you for your contribution. I did not get it mailed off to Rita Pacheco. No, Regina Provenzano. I did not get it mailed off to her, so I am going to do them myself tomorrow. All right, here's what we're working on. This is what we are working on. Giraffes. Are you guys ready to do the next part of your giraffe? Let's see where I am in the giraffe making business. Gosh, I'm finding all my hooks. Okay, is this connected? No, it is not, because I'm not there yet. Okay, so I can start my giraffe. Do I have a giraffe started in this? Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I have so many things going at one time that I get so confused. That's in that one. This is this one. Oh my. Nope, that's another one. That's this one. I came in 5 minutes later today on purpose because I wanted to be ready. And you know what? I'm not. I'm not ready. And that's okay. You need to tell me where we are in the giraffe. Who's making giraffes? And thank you, Bonnie. Yeah, I'm not touching anything today, Bonnie, for sure. I'm not touching anything. I do want to let you know that I finished this blanket. and how I finished it was I put a row of double crochets on the other end. So now this blanket is ready to go up north to a baby, croak family baby. And this was Anti-Pilling DK Batik by Premier. 383 yards to the skein. 100% acrylic. Tested and approved. In the color Fuzzy Chick. I am not necessarily a yellow fan. This is a lightweight 3, and it says to use 4mm crochet hook, which is what I believe I used. And this pattern, you start out with, this is a very, very easy one and very fun. You start out with your row of double crochets. You can do a foundation chain, or you can do just chain the length of the blanket that you want. And I usually make my baby blankets about 36 inches wide and maybe 45 inches long. That's a good crib size blanket. And then you do your row of double crochets, and then you come back and you do 2 double crochets in the first 2. You skip the next one, you do 3 double crochets, and you make your 4th double crochet of the group back in that first skipped chain. And then you do your next set of double crochets. You skip 1, you do 3 doubles, and that 4th double you come back and do in that skipped chain. So that gives it this beautiful crossed stitch. It's that 4th double crochet that crosses back over the front of those 3 that you made into that chain that you skipped, and makes for a very, very beautiful pattern. You're right. Her prices are very, very reasonable. Yes. All right. Oh, I just saw something. You know that I'm doing these. This is the 3rd in the group. I did sunflower. The second one was this daisy. And I loved it so much. This blanket came out so pretty. It's just so beautiful. And this is a Boggy Creek blanket. And that's what got me started into thinking, what if I did 10 flower granny squares in the center? And because there's 10 beds to a cabin. And what if I did 10? They might put all 10 out in 1 week so that all the girls in that cabin would have a flowered granny square centered blanket. And wouldn't that be wonderful to go home from that camp feeling so good about being within the norm of childhood that week at camp, and have that blanket, which they send a blanket home with. They send their blanket home that they used all week. They send that home with them. But to have that blanket as a reminder, not of their week at camp, but also of the friendships that they made with the 9 other girls with flowered blankets. Just the way my brain works. Okay. So I did this one. This is number 3. And you know me, I can't sit still. Somebody made one of these, and it was with John C. So if you guys know John C., the woman that was with him, I think she's got 3 initials. I don't know who she is. I'm not going to pretend that I do. But she did a tutorial on John C.'s program, and how to make these. And I said, that's it. That's number 5. So I'm gonna take a second. You guys talk. I'm gonna take a second and go and get numbers 4 and 5. 4 and 5. I'll be right back. All right. I hope somebody played some Van Halen for me. I do have to confess that while I was back there, I've been drinking a lot of water this morning, so I needed to take a moment out and skip to the loo. So, okay, here are the colors for the chrysanthemum. Isn't that going to be pretty? The green. And I think linen is going to be my main color. And then you're going to throw in a little rust and a little gold and maybe a variegated brown, I'm not sure, and a darker green. So that is the chrysanthemum blanket, which is number 4. And goes right here on the floor for right now. And oh, come on. I promised you a pansy. Look what else I found while I was cleaning this week. This is, remember when Buddy the Bee was here visiting? And do you remember the day that Havoc was wrecked in my craft room here? I mean, Havoc was wrecked. And Stitch markers were all over. Yarn was thrown out of the shelves. It was a disaster. And I really wasn't sure what had happened. So when I got in here and took a look, Buddy, the bumblebee from Bumblebee's Mountain, and Seven from the Crazy Poppy Lady, she'd been trying to learn to fly. I think she was chasing Buddy around, little hussy. Anyway, this is the result. So I'm not into illicit sex. I'm sending this to Bumblebee's Mountain. She can take care of this. This little fella wreaks havoc, and I'm sending him off. And that's that. And I still haven't found the pansy that I made. And I know it has to be here somewhere. It has to be. These don't go in there, which is probably why I can't find much of anything. But it has a light gray background. So I'll look for that. That doesn't go in there either. And maybe it's down here in this one. No, it's not. Okay, so where can my pansy be? Oh, where can it be? No. Well, darn, double darn. I'm finding all kind of legs to all kinds of things. That's the other giraffe leg that goes with this. I'll put it in here. But I'm not finding that light gray. Now, here's a gray, but that's not the right one. And there's nothing down here on the floor. Oh, here it is. I put it in another bag. All right, now I can show you. Didn't that come out so pretty? So the colors that I have for this, I did put in this bag. That's why I couldn't find it. This will be my main color, is the gray. And this is an anti-pilling premier yarn. And it is in the color... In the color pearl gray. Pearl gray. Okay, and this one is going to have some yellow, some blue, some green, and this green is called Time. And this green is just yarn, just worsted weight yarn from Premier, and it's called Juniper. So that's going to go in there too. And then of course the lavender, pastel purple, they're calling it. Okay, pastel purple. Next, all of those colors are going to be in that blanket, and they're all going to be the same type of pattern, the luck of the draw pattern. I think that's coming out really pretty. That's the luck of the draw pattern, is a double crochets, an open round, and a double crochets. Now I've put a lot of different stitches in this one because I started this one when I don't know, but I like this one. But this one is all luck of the draw. So, well, except for it's luck of the draw colors that were chosen. Week one, week two's color, week three's color, week four's color, week five's color was week one's color. And then I separated them all with white, all of the weeks with white. So that's how I kept track of that one. But I think these are all coming out really pretty. And I love, someone suggested this chrysanthemum. And I made this chrysanthemum out of cotton. It's 100% cotton, and it's real drapey. And I think it's going to be beautiful because it's just so soft, and I don't know. I hope it goes to someone who really appreciates the texture of this. So that's that one in golds and browns and greens, couple shades of green. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 colors. And then my main color is linen. So that's that one. I have not started the granny square. I have not taken the circle and made the first granny square out of it yet because I forgot how to do that. It's trebles in the corner and then a couple doubles and a couple half doubles, and then I think single crochets and then back to half doubles and trebles in the corner. I think that's how you go from the circle to the square, but I don't. I've slept and walked through a couple doorways, but this one I think is so pretty, and I think I did okay. She said to choose 2 colors, a dark and a light of the same, and a yellow. But I've seen pansies, and I know that they can be any color. They can be any color. And John C. was saying, how about orange? And she kept saying, no, there's no orange pansies. John C. was showing pictures of a myriad of colors of pansies because there are a lot of different colors of pansies. And she kept saying, no. And this is Crocheted Flower by Donna Wolf from Nestasia. So if you would like to go there and download this picture, I think it's a free pattern. And then you can go to John C.'s channel and find out who did the tutorial on it. And I think this must have been Friday night or maybe yesterday. Regina! Hello, my love. Anyway, this is number 5. And I'm really can't wait to finish up these Somebunnies and Somebodies and get them mailed off. I am not going to do any more on blankets until I get home. And the project that I am taking with me to work on is my Bumblebee's Mountain Outreach Challenge of the Hexie cardigan. I'm up to row 24, I think, on the right side. And I've slacked off because I got myself in a situation where Luck of the Draw 10 came out, then Luck of the Draw 11 has come out, and I've got Luck of the Draw 10, and somewhere here close, I know, in this stack of stuff that's here, is Luck of the Draw 11. I don't know, but here is that pattern. If you want to do the pattern that I'm working on, This is from the Crochet Crowd, and it's a free download. The Modern Granny Square Blanket, and that's what I'm doing. The Modern Granny Square by the Crochet Crowd. I think that's Mikey. Mikey. And I don't see the Sunita's hat, the Starburst hat. Mm-hmm. Daisy, a rose, a chrysanthemum, a violet, a forget-me-not, a sunflower, a Mexican blanket flower. I may not do that one because I have the chrysanthemum. Marigold, a succulent, and a puppy. So, plus there's also, did I say violet? Yeah, the pansies in here. So I don't know. Who knows how many flowers I'll get, huh? Okay, I think I've cleaned off my desk. Did anybody figure out where we are on the giraffe? Zachman! What's going to be nuts? Got to go back to work for today. Well, I'm glad you stopped in, Zachman. It's always nice to see your smiling face at the door. And Aunt Pansy, how funny. It's going to be nuts today. I know a joke about that, but it's not really something I want to say on live TV because I don't like things like that. I'm going to have to watch the replay. Yeah, because we've not done anything yet, Regina, but we've just kind of been chatting, and we did the eyes last week. Okay, so what are we doing today? You got a unicorn flower. The Crochet Crowd has a unicorn flower. Wow, I'm going to have to check that out too. And Sugar! Hello, Sugar. I'm so glad you stopped in today. Oh, the restaurant you work on. Yes, it probably will be, Zach, because everybody's going to take their mom out. That Ken is going to take their mom out for Mother's Day brunch or lunch or whatever. Mishi, hello, sweetheart. I saw some yarn that you had in your name. Is it your color or something? I saw. I was just going through and it went through fast, and I got you confused because I know that Crystal has a line of yarn that's coming out through Mary Maxim. She's used her Freddie Mercury, her love of Freddie Mercury, and named all the colors and after him, and even the yarn has the crown on it, his queen crown. So she's really excited about that. And I have to tell you, in her support, I did go over and I think I ordered. They're a smaller cake because they're a worsted weight, and I think there's enough to make a bunny out of it. I'll put it that way. So I ordered one for a bunny, and I ordered two other colors. I ordered 3 of each. So, and I think they're like $7 a skein, $6.99, which is more than I usually pay for yarn because I could go to Hobby Lobby on a sale and get enough to make a bunny, which is usually how I figure whether yarn's worth it or not. Can I make a bunny out of it, and how much is that bunny going to cost me? And I can get it for $3.50 or something like that, $4.99 regular price, and get it for $3 something. And so 3 is a good number for me. $3 to $4 is a good number for me to make a bunny. I give them away, so if I can find them on a sale, it's more cost worthy to me on my budget to get sale yarn. So what's the flower in the middle of the blanket pattern you just showed? Well, I showed this one. This is the rose, or was it the daisy? I also showed you a chrysanthemum. I also showed you the pansy, the rose. Okay, that pattern, the rose, it came out of the 3D Granny Square book. And there's the daisy pattern that was in that book. Well, I don't know how to do it without. There's that one. Let's see if I can find the rose. There's the rose. Does that show? Nope. Come on, Diana. Get it right. There you go. That way. Nope. Nope. Yes. There's the rose pattern. Yes. And Natasha has a video on the pansy. My mother loved pansies. That was her favorite flower. So when I saw this one on John C's channel, I said, I gotta make one of those. So gray will be my base color on that one. But this is where I get all of my, have gotten and will get all of my flower patterns so that I can get my 10 blankets. Because they have, there's the succulent pattern. And I think that's going to be really pretty. I like succulents. I don't know if you are flower people or if you even like succulents. I don't know, but the reason I like succulents is because they do flower on occasion, but mostly the plant is just the plant, and you don't have to water it all the time. Succulents kind of take the moisture out of the air to survive, and you just have to water them once in a while, and they live. The only way you can kill them is to overwater them. And here's the fluffy flower, which I used for the chrysanthemum. And there's a lace flower, popcorn flower, and a granny flower. And you see both of those? So there's a lot of flowers in this 3D granny flowers in this. There's a layered one it is really pretty. Here's the violet that I was telling you about. That's really pretty too. There's a dahlia and a peony. Here's a mandala flower, which I don't like. I don't care for that one at all. I don't think it has enough substance. It's too open. It would be beautiful if you made it and framed it for the wall, but it's not going to make a good blanket. Of course, the rose, and there's the sunflower that I used for my sunflower blanket, which is one of the original Boggy Creek blankets that I started. But they have all kinds of, um, they say, includes a huge range of designs from sharks and frogs to cherry pie and unicorns. And they give you the written crochet pattern and the chart. A lot of people crochet from charts too. It includes 10 projects for homewares and accessories, so you can use your 3D granny squares put to use. So it doesn't just give you the square, it gives you a project to put the squares in. For instance, the little violet that I showed you, it shows you how to make fingerless gloves and put the violet on. So I think it was a worthwhile book. It was, this says $22.99, but I don't think I paid $22.99 on Amazon for it. I don't think I usually don't pay that much for books. Oh, here it is. This is what I was looking for. Okay, Luck of the Draw, Boggy Creek. This one is called, this one will be the original Boggy Creek pattern, the Luck of the Draw pattern. This one is Ripples in the Creek. So I pulled some colors that I thought looked like a creek, brown and some blues and some greens and turquoises. And then the 3D flower one, this is my pansy colors. And then this one is the chrysanthemum, and I just haven't cut the colors of the yarn yet for this one because I have to get Len's Somebody's stitched up and packaged up and labeled and ready to go, and my sister's stuff. And Carrie, they do bloom. I have one that's got a sprout on it. It just comes out and there's a bunch of little blooms on the end. They rarely bloom, and I feel like it's a blessing if you can get a succulent to bloom. That means they're feeling the love that you're trying to give them. So, oh, the chrysalis cactuses are absolutely beautiful. And if you stop watering them like October, November, at least by Thanksgiving, stop watering them at Thanksgiving, and then you start watering them as it gets near Christmas, those blooms will come right out the end, and they're so pretty. And another really nice thing about the Christmas cactus is if you bump it and the sections break off, you can plant those and you've got a whole new plant, which is pretty cool, I think. Oh, I'll have to check Walmart, Terry. Thank you for that. Oh, Marshally, I love you. How are you doing with your stitches? With your foundation crochet stitches? No, the rose? No. This one is just a hodgepodge of stitches. I did granny and granny and granny, and then I did a row of doubles, and then I did I don't know, stitch 3 together. No, I guess I did 2 rows of doubles of double crochets, and then I went back to clusters, and then I went to V stitches, and then I went to clusters, and then I went to V-stitches, and then I went to clusters, and then I did a luck of the draw row. So it's just, I think I picked up the next color yarn and it told me what stitch it wanted to be, and that's what I did on this one. This one I went straight by luck of the draw. The doubles, the open weave, and the doubles, except for the pink. The pink is I have no idea. I just know how to do the stitch. I don't know what their name is. And I think that people are changing the names of the old stitches because somebody will come up with a new stitch and it's an old stitch with a new name. So I really don't pay a lot of attention to the names of the stitches. I just pay attention to the stitch. This one is the Modern Granny. And I started out with my chain 3s in yellow, and I did 6 or 7 rows. And then the next color in the dotty yarn is this peachy, orangey kind of thing. So I got a rust color, and I'm going to do probably 5 or 6 rows of it. And then the next color in from the yellow to the orangey is this hot pink color. So I'm going to find a hot pink and do several rows of it on my blanket. And then the last color in this dotty yarn is this neon orange. And I'm going to try to find a neon orange. I don't have any neon colors. I do plan on going back to Joann's one more time before we leave for Ohio to see if they might have any off the wall colors, and maybe I'll find a neon orange there. I don't know. But that's my plan. But this is the Modern Granny. That blanket is. That's right, Zach. I'll take names and I'll send them to you. And you and Bonnie can take care of them. Mimi, you go. You go and have fun with your real family, your real blood family, okay? Have a good day, Zach, man. Okay, I think probably Sunita's probably with family. So, Bonnie, do you want to try Pick Your Blessing for Mother's Day? The Greenland Quilter, Katie. Welcome to Miss C's Cottage. I have been on YouTube as Miss C's Cottage for, I started last January, so almost a year and a half. But I've been crocheting for, I don't know, 50, 60 years, something like that. I learned to crochet when I was about 11, and I'm 78, so I'll let you do the math. But my neighbor, her mother down, I used to play with the girl down the road from us, and my mother crocheted, but mostly she sewed. And what she did crochet, beautiful, beautiful work, but it was all out of thread. And when you're going to learn as a young girl, you don't learn on thread. So my friend Paula's mother taught me to crochet, gave me a ball of yarn and a needle. So that made a big impression on me. Oh, Carrie, that would be awesome. This is a 3-weight yarn, the dotty. And the dotty I'm using is called Buttercup. And it has oranges and the neon and the hot, let's see if I can get you a good There's the neon orange here, the neon orange. This is, here they are together. The hot pink and the neon orange. The yellow. Whoop. And up here is the gold. It's hard to do backwards, guys, but those are the 4 colors that are in there. So that's the 4 that I'm trying to emulate with the background chain 3 group. You learned to crochet at 11 also? How to root coleus. You're 63. Okay, well I could be your let's see, 63 and I'm 78. So that's 15 years. I could be an older sister, or I can adopt you and you can be one of my children. That's pretty awesome, I think. The pattern that I'm using with the Dottie is this pattern from the Crochet Crowd. The Modern Granny by the Crochet Crowd. That's the pattern that I'm using. They use a white as their basis and a variegated yarn. Or you could change colors every row and keep the chain 3 stitches constant. Let's see what he says here. Start the round at a different position and finish the rounds with a chain 1.5 double crochet join. I love that half double crochet join. And what he's talking about is when you get to, when you finish up your clusters and you get to a corner, you do these and you do a half double crochet to join this. So you're going to start out every row with one cluster. You don't do both. You just start one cluster and you do this side and you do the other side and the third side and the fourth side. And when you come back on that fourth side, you do your clusters till you get to your corner. You do your 3 double crochet cluster and a half double crochet to join. Guess what? That starts you right in the middle to be able to do your next row. Now, I'm not sure how vital it is on this, and I opted to join in the center of a row. But when you're doing continuation, it is such an easy join rather than chain 3 and slip stitch in. Because if you chain 3 and you slip stitch into the top of this one, guess what? You're way over here. You're not in the middle to start your next row of clusters. So I love that about Mikey doing that one. But that's what that one is. All right, so you ready to do this? You're doing well with your stitches. You know, one at a time is best. Oh my gosh, you're designing a mosaic blanket? I haven't even started one. I will not do I have no plans to do a mosaic blanket. It just looks too complicated for me. I'm old. I don't have enough time left to do it. Okay, Bonnie's going to do it. No, Katie, what we're doing now is a program or a game called Pick Your Blessing. And so when Bonnie marks the chat, she'll put in Mark, and then we don't have any chat talking. All you do is to put in the chat a color of yarn that you would like to receive and the weight of that yarn that you would like. So maybe you like purple in a 4-weight, or maybe you like yellow in a 3-weight, or maybe you want a blue lace weight yarn. You try and stump me, and I will see what I have on my shelf. And if your name is chosen as the winner, I will pull out what I have within those perimeters, and you get to choose one of them to be your blessing for Sunday, because I give away a blessing every Sunday. It's one of the things I do on my channel. So, no, you wouldn't know because you haven't been here. So, and it's okay. So, go wait and color one time. All right. And Bonnie says, go, go. So you feel free now to put in the color and weight of yarn that you would like to receive as your blessing if your name is chosen today. And while you're doing that, I'm going to clear up this mess that I have created here by pulling things out to show each and every one of you. And please forgive me, guys, for being so chaotic today, because whenever I have a big change in my life, I tend to get really scattered easily. And going up north for a week to visit my sisters is a lot of chaos. And so I am already scattered. Putting together the thing, and it's another thing I do is I pull on my ear. Soap, a dead skin, I don't know. I'm always checking to see if there's anything in my ear, and that's one of my nervous signs. So please forgive me for that. And I am going to have to get another container of some kind to put this new, ooh, I need a new bag. I need to put this new pansy in a new bag. So let's see what I have here. See if I have a bag. Do I have a bag down here? Something's here. I'm getting something here. Oh, yes, look at here. All right. Here is a nice bag that I can put my pansies in. I'm going to put them in while everybody is choosing a color. Rosie, did you get your color in? Please put it only in one time. Southern Winter, hello, hello. And Marta, welcome, welcome. Your choice, Miss C of a Hank. Okay. All right, I'm going to put these in while you guys are still going. And Bonnie, when it slows down, you can stop the chat and pick a winner. I'm going to put this one down in this corner so that I can pull it out if necessary. And then I'm going to put the linen right on the top because the linen is the color that I'm going to use for my base yarn for this pansy. Now all I need to do is find the pansy Or was this the... See, guys, I'm so scattered. Nope, that was not the pansy. This yarn is for the chrysanthemum. Oh, and I want to tell you about this yarn. That yarn is called Moya, a kind of its own. And this is a Moya shimmer. It's 50% bamboo and 50% cotton. And it comes from South Africa. And I absolutely love this yarn. In fact, I have a whole palette of this yarn. Well, by golly, I could have used that. And that would suffice for a hot pink. What do you know? I mean, I have a lot of this yarn. Plus, I have this color pack, which is, I don't know. And I have this color pack of greens. I had forgotten that I had these. Oh my goodness. My goodness, my goodness. There's some more back in there. I must have been flush when I when I ordered these. It must have been back before my giveaway days. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I love you all, and I love giving you my yarn because I have more than I will ever finish in my lifetime. And I have told you that before, and you guys know it. So this is a dress I tried to do, and by golly, it's supposed to lay flat like a collar, and I can't get it to lay flat. So I got frustrated and I put it away. I will pull it out and start over because it comes from that beautiful book of baby patterns that I just happen to have somewhere here. Maybe, maybe not. And it's okay if I do or don't. But in Christy's closet this morning, Crochet Creations by Christy, she has that baby book. And so she enabled me, and I had to get that baby book because it is such an awesome book. And it has so many beautiful baby patterns in it. And I'm making a bunch of them, and that's that. Okay, so who is are we through? 18. All right, we have 18 people, 19 people. Thank you, Mateo. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 19, I did not pick out a number. So let's just go with, today is the 11th day of the month. Let's go with number 11, and we'll just pick a blessing for number 11 today. Drum roll. And Bonnie is diligently going back over the chat and counting out till she gets to the name for number 11. And I'm anxious to see, one, who number 11 is, and two, what color they have chosen. And Bonnie, well, I won't bother you while you're counting, but I do have something to show you when you're done. So much stuff here. So much stuff. That is not what I'm looking for. Susan. Oh, Bonnie, you did just fine. All right, so Susan Burke. Blue in a 3 or 4. Susan Burke. Bonnie, I'm working on ears for your bunny. And I've got the head done. I've gotten that far because I am so chaotic that I cannot sit and do one thing. So I have done probably 8 things in the last 3 days. I'm just so scattered, and I find myself down a different rabbit hole. You would be amazed. There's only 2.5 acres here. You would be amazed how many rabbit holes are here. All right, Susan Burke, I am looking for you a number 3 or a number 4 blue. Well, you can see my blues here. So let's see what we have in a 3. Let's see what we have in a 3 for a blue. Okay. All right, there's one of those. That'll be a surprise. Woohoo! Well, there's 2. Let's see what we have in a... That's cotton. I don't know if you want cotton. Here is a blue. Excuse me. All right, I have chosen 3 choices for you today, Susan Burke. And let's see what you decide. First of all, my first choice was, I don't know if you do baby things, but this is a Baby Bee Sweet Delight print. And this is one of my favorite yarns to work with as, it's one of my favorite yarns to work with. I'm going to see if I can put this up here and hide some of this light that's coming through, and because you can't see it. There, that's better. This is a blue and green and white print. They call it Sweet Delight print. And this is called Gage Boy, G-A-G-E, Gage Boy. It's 100% acrylic. It's $5.29 a skein, which I probably paid. I doubt I paid full price for it. It was probably on a 30% sale, which I usually get. It's a number 3 lightweight. It's 60% acrylic and 40% polyamide. So that polyamide in there makes it really super soft. There you can see a good color variety on that. It's quite lovely, a yarn. And in this skein, there is 377 yards. The second choice is a Karen coconut cake. This one was Yarn Bee, Baby Bee. This is a coconut cake, Yarnspirations, Karen. It is called Blueberry Sorbet. It's a number 4 weight. And it's a 78% cotton and 22% polyester. So it's a cotton rather than the acrylic, but it is also very soft. That polyester in there makes it really soft. And this has 481 yards in it. Now, if you look at this, you can see that it's got kind of a halo. I guess you'd call it a halo. Coconut, looks like coconut fingers sticking out. That's choice number 2. The third one is a blue. It's a Premier Basic number 4 worsted weight yarn, 359 yards on the skein, 100% acrylic in the color royal blue. So those are your choices. 1, 2, and 3. And Miss Susan Burke, what will your answer be? 1, 2, or 3? Bonnie, you did fine. Da 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 bump bottom bump 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 bump. Okay, Susan. Hope you didn't have to skip to the loo. We'll give her a minute to decide. Sometimes it's really hard. You get a 3 and 2 4s. That's 11. Ha! 2 4s is 8 and a 3 is 11. And that today is the 11th day of May. And Susan Burke was number 11. God is good, isn't he? I want to thank each and every one of you for popping in. These go to Nisi for the Watson? Is it Watson's children? Like the royal blue, please. Okay. The royal blue. All right, Susan Burke, this is coming your way, but it will not come your way until after I get back from Ohio. So you won't get it until June. But Susan Burke. So Susan, when you get a chance, you need to Gmail me at Miss C's Cottage and send me your address. I know I have it in my book, but just to make sure I have it the correct one, you haven't moved and nothing's changed, and I didn't switch things. KK, I love you. I am way behind. I'm still mailing things from February, so you know how behind I am. And you will notice that I have slowed down in my giving because I can't keep up with it. I was giving away more than I had time to package and funds to send. So if you would like to help me, this is probably the only time I'm ever going to say, but if you'd like to help with postage, feel free to buy me a cup of coffee or send a couple bucks to PayPal. And usually somebody else does that for me. But I will not mail anything. I will guarantee you this. I will not be mailing anything until I get back in June from up north, the frozen tundra of the north. We're headed that way. And I will be meeting with John Ward to drop off the Somebunnies and the Somebuddies, which I'm really excited about. And if you have some and haven't been able to mail them, hold them. Hold them till I get back. And that will be just fine because I will be sending more up to him. I'm going to find out when I talk with him what the need is. And they may need blankets, and they may need scarves, and they may need hats, and they may need mittens, and they may need all of those things for next winter. I don't know. And I hope there are people out there, and maybe some of you, who will be willing to make those things. Myself, I'm going to continue making Somebunnies to give those people hope that there will be a volunteer come to their door and help shovel the mud and the silt out of their basement so that they can get back into their home. There will be somebody that will volunteer and go and help them shore up that corner of the roof that's been ripped off, and that there will be somebody to come and tear down the left of their home that they're unable to live in anymore, and to help them rebuild a new home for themselves. I want to continue to give people hope and love. That's my goal in life, is to share God's love with everyone. And the way that God has given me to do my mission is through Somebunnies. And if you'd like to know how to make a Somebunny, or you'd like to have the Somebunny pattern, send me a Gmail, misscottage@gmail.com. I will be glad to send you the pattern. And when I get back in June, what we haven't done on the giraffe for Nisi, we're going to start another Somebunny, basic from scratch, so that everybody knows the basics. Once you learn the basics of a Somebunny, then we can fly through the rest of the year and make any animal you want to make, from a hippopotamus to a dachshund. It won't matter. We can do it once you get the basics of the Somebunny down. Katie, I'm really not going to any frozen tundra. I have a sister that lives in Ohio that's 4 years older than I am. And I have a sister that lives across the Michigan-Ohio line into Michigan who is 7 years older than I am. And myself being 78, this will probably be the last time that I make the driving trip north to Michigan, Ohio. I still can make the trip, but I pay severely for it. And it takes me a couple days to rest up. And by the time I get home, it's going to take me probably the whole week to rest up. I have arthritis, and my joints don't like sitting for too long. So normally we drive for 2 hours. We braked, take a potty break, and we drive for 2 more hours. And we stop and get gasoline. And we always get out and walk around so that we can lubricate the joints. And I have my grandfather's oil can that I'm going to take with me, so that when we do take our breaks, I can oil up the joints and continue to move. If you go to PayPal, it will come up Diana Cummings. That is my given name, my married name. I am going to leave a couple minutes early. Bonnie, I'm telling you, I take this with me when we go to they have really good gyros. The beef is their thing. The beef, we have the meats. Somebody tell me who that is. Arby's. Arby's. We have the beef. When we go to Arby's, what they have there is the high um, table and the high stools. And so whenever I get down from there, I have to oil my hip joint and my knee joint and my ankle joint before I step down off of those chairs. And people look at me really strange. But I am what I am, and that's all what I am. And I'm okay with that. Oh, thank you, Barbara. Okay, guys, before we go, um, I always like to get the book out and see if anyone has prayer requests for this day. And I will be taking this book with me. So I will ask you, since I won't be here Wednesday and Friday, to give me your prayer requests for the whole week so that I have something to pray for you for the whole week. So if anyone has a prayer request, thank you, Angela. I always love when you come in the cottage. You bring the nicest smile and so much to add. Okay, Barbara, I'm going to look and see, since we're waiting for prayer requests. Bonnie, this is 5:11, and Bonnie would like an unspoken for her daughter, Olivia. And praise for KK in an answered prayer. I love those. Kitty says a blanket prayer for all. Thank you, Sandra. I do covet those prayers. We're not allowed to covet things of our neighbors, but I do covet your prayers. I think that's okay with the big guy. You know what? The saving grace is that Elmo's father was a chauffeur at the state hospital in New York and in Harlem Valley, New York. And so when he taught his boys how to drive, he knew what he was doing and he taught them well. And Mr. Elmo is an excellent driver. And I feel safe whenever I go anywhere with him on his thinks or whatever. But I do feel safe with him driving. Susan would like prayer for two tests this week. All right, Susan, you got prayers for that one. I love you too, Denny, that I can't call Denny anymore because your real name is Denisha, but I still love you anyway. Denisha and I go way back. Bonnie says, love me some Elmo. When Bonnie calls me, she calls once in a while just to check on me, make sure I'm okay. But usually, because this is Elmo's home, Elmo answers the phone. So she's gotten to talk to Mr. Elmo a couple times, and she just thinks that's super special. And he's very gracious. So, all right, guys, I have prayers for 3 specific prayers, and I will be praying for all of you this week, that God will hold you in the palm of his hand and keep you safe, that he will open your eyes to see the blessings that he's giving you this week, and that that you will be a blessing not only to me but to others around you. So as you leave, please put your paper in the bin, put your cups in the sink for Kitty to wash up. Don't forget your shoes. Leave your slop in the slop bucket outside. Do not take it back with you. Besides, you won't have any room. Just like swirl that bucket around, fill it up with love, and I will see you. I will try to get back I will try to be in good shape when I get back to see you on the 18th. I will not guarantee it at this point. And I thank you sincerely, Sam, who's going to fill in for me the next couple Wednesdays and Fridays while I'm traveling. I appreciate that. Gracie, welcome, welcome, welcome. An unspoken for Nana Lana. Okay. Okay, and Marshally, you keep practicing. Whoa, okay. So Granny D's got an answer to prayer also. Because I'm so glad that things are working out better for you. Okay, and I'm going to go. Oops, I was looking for something, wasn't I? See that rabbit hole? Yee, yee. Let's see what we have here before we go. Okay. This phone, I am getting a new phone, guys, one that will actually ring when someone calls and not drop the call soon after. Um, I'm not getting a picture here, Barbara. I'm not getting a picture. Maybe you just forgot to attach it. I don't know. But thank you. And I love you all. And happy Mother's Day to each and every one of you. God be with you till we meet again. I love you guys.